You're live. What's up, everyone? Aaron Negler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live on Friday afternoon. Holed up in the corner in my apartment because my girls are here. Just went to my daughter's piano recital. And before taking them out for pizza, I had to come on and chat Packers with you fine folks, because it's what we do here at Cheesehead TV. No days off. Always talking Packers, devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. And since I got you here, let me tell you a little something about Festival Foods. Don't leave your hunger on the sidelines. Tackle it the right way at Festival Foods, the grocery and tailgating headquarters of the Green Bay Packers. From their fan favorite Festy burgers to must-have game day wings and the legendary towering T-bone, Festival Foods has everything you need to make your next tailgating party a touchdown. Want more mouth-watering options? Explore all of their game day-worthy food at festfoods.com/tailgating. That's festfoods.com/tailgating. How you doing, everybody? Finally made it live. What's up, Gretchen? Thanks for stopping by. Reese, can Suggs play inside? Can kick in on passing downs, but no, I don't expect them to put in a claim on Suggs. I'd be surprised if too many people put in a claim. Other than the Ravens, I would not be surprised to see him go back to Baltimore, but we'll see. That car guy, now I got to hide you. Sorry, buddy. But those are the rules. Go Pack Go, and the Bears fucking suck. You got that right, Aaron. You're the best, Nags. Thanks, David. Very nice of you. Adding Suggs would just take more snaps away from Gary. Exactly. Aaron Rodgers is not a top 32 QB, right? What you talking about, Wills? I see it's Troll Central in the comments this afternoon. Do you see the Packers coming out in man and letting Trubisky try to play QB again? I want to see some press man and some pressure. I do think there will be, if not more man, I think it'll still be a healthy mix of man and zone, but I do expect more pressure calls from Pettin. Trubisky has really struggled against the blitz this year. And you all remember week one, obviously very different teams at this juncture of the season, but Trubisky is still Trubisky, and making him play quarterback is the recipe for success here. No doubt about it. Luis, thanks for the super chat. What's up, Nags? If you buy playoff tickets for the Packers now, how does it work if they don't get the home field game? Just got mine. Go Pack Go, Luis. You'll get a full refund, essentially. Didn't Gary have a shoulder injury prior to this season where they possibly talk about having him have surgery, and maybe they're just teasing him in for the first year? Well, there was a lot made of the shoulder around draft time, but it hasn't seemed to hinder him, and he hasn't appeared on the injury report with it, so I would doubt it has anything to do with that. I might faint if we have 2 weeks in a row with positive punt return yards. Yeah, Josh, I would roll out the fainting couch, because I do believe that is what is about to happen, and it will be a glorious sight to behold, no question. Let's get Terrell Suggs. No. Aaron, can you remember a season where each conference could have a team with 10 wins miss the playoffs? You know, it has happened like one side or the other on a number of occasions, but you're right. I don't remember both conferences being so jam-packed. And obviously in the NFC, it's crazy with the NFC East. Whoever wins that division is probably going to keep out a really good football team out of the playoffs. But as I often say, that's why division games matter. That's why they're important. Win your division, and you get in the playoffs. Arjon 2006, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Is parity dead in the NFL? I don't think it's dead. I think it's definitely on a little bit of a hiatus. But the talent levels are still not that disparate, you know. I do think quarterback play is as paramount as ever, and you've seen, you know, the best quarterbacks are leading their teams to lots of victories. I think there's, you know, going to be an influx of new quarterbacks. We've seen it now with Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, et cetera. That's the kind of the new age, right? And then you've got the old heads with Brady, Breeze, et cetera. And Rodgers is pushing part of that older crowd now. And then in the middle, you got a lot of suck, you know, and Yeah, we're going to have some youngsters that are going to have that maybe aren't phenoms like the other two guys I just listed, but you've got, I think, Darnold here in New York with the Jets. Rough outing last night. He's had a rough season, etc. But I think he's going to be good. I think he's talented. I mean, who knows what happens with Gase, but that's situational. Why it's so important where you end up, etc. But I don't think parity is dead. I think the rosters of each team are still pretty close as far as talent goes. It just makes it all the more important how many kind of difference makers you can find and or utilize them with your coaching. And that's why coaching matters so much. Yeah. But I do believe the roster talent level is still pretty close from team to team. Rodgers has had a better season than Mahomes. No one says anything about it. Yeah, well, Mahomes has been hurt, been playing hurt. All I hear all offseason and all this season about last year is, well, Rodgers was playing hurt. Well, yeah, Mahomes is playing hurt. These are things. Kevin, like the video, peeps. Yes, people like the video. How about the Giants releasing the Jackrabbit? Good. I'm glad they did. I mean, the guy come on. You can't use the R word and then not want to take it back. And then you have obviously a PR driven apology, etc. Junk out your team. Good for them. Is there a cause for concern when Rodgers says he is entering the 18th hole of his career? I don't think so. I mean, he's entering the last part of his career. I don't think that's any mystery. It's funny. I've got asked this now here and on Twitter. I don't think it's that big a deal. He's getting older. He's reaching the last part of his career. At least it's not far. But he's not saying, "Oh, I might retire this offseason." I think he's just stating fact. He's at the end of he's towards the end of his career. That's no great mystery. Mario, thanks for the super chat. Will A-Rod have a bounce back game? What's that? What's that GIF? I don't know about bounce back. That's a tough D to bounce back against. I think he'll probably look a little bit better than he did week 1. I'll take it. Tua in green and gold. I saw that mock draft from PFF that had Tua landing in Green Bay. I mean, obviously a lot goes to the hip injury and if their doctors clear it, etc. But I tell you what, if he's right as rain health-wise, I wouldn't hate it. If they love the guy. And I saw lots of people talking about like, well, they have so many other needs. Well, no kidding. They had a ton of needs when they drafted Rodgers. And I'm not saying he's Rodgers. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying if you believe in the guy, if Gutekunst thinks he's the one, he's the man, he's the next QB, yeah, take him. Especially if you're picking in the 20s, which they probably will be. Packers need to make sure Cordell Patterson doesn't touch the ball on kickoffs. Well, he was on the injury report the last couple of days. I don't know. I haven't got the latest here on Friday, but it sure sounds like he's going to be hard pressed to play. But we'll see. But to your point, yeah, I agree. Problem is I don't know if Mason can kick it out of the end zone as consistently as he used to. So that makes it difficult. But we'll see if he plays. What else we got? Will the Packers bring back B.J. Goodson next year? I know he has been okay on the run packages, but does he have a shot at a starter long-term for us, or is he more of an Antonio Morrison? He's very much in the Antonio Morrison mold. I don't see a long-term future for him in Green Bay. He was very much a Band-Aid this past summer, but we'll see. Yeah, he could possibly be cheap labor, which they decide to keep around. That's always a possibility. Jake, thanks for the super chat. Toss to Jones with Kumaro, Lazard, big dog out in front blocking would be nice to see. I mean, absolutely, especially after that tape of Kumaro coming in and filling in against that safety. That was a sweet, sweet block, and more of that, please. I mean, takes Kumaro being on the field, though. I think he had 7 snaps against Washington. It's hard to do much when you're on the sidelines. Both Smiths versus Mack. Got to take the Smiths. David, I would all day, every day. I mean, obviously the Bears have a lot of other talent other than Mack, but if you're talking about costs and ROI, wouldn't you take the Smiths? I mean, for what they're paying him and what they gave up for him, they didn't have to give up draft picks. They signed him in free agency, etc. Yeah, I think I'd take the Smiths. Porkmaster, what's up, buddy? Favorite Star Wars quote? Oh, there are so many. There are so many. I mean, obviously, the most baller line in the entire saga is when Princess Leia says, "I love you," and Han says, "I know." But I don't know. Let me think about it. Arjan 2006, thanks for the super chat. Who can stop the Ravens? Whew, probably the Ravens. That's about it. If they have a game where they, shoot themselves in the foot, maybe false starts, fumbles, an interception or two, blah, 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 I think that's what'll stop them. But I don't see a team that can impose its will / take away what they like to do. I haven't seen one yet. I mean, I think there'll be some good games in the playoffs, but the other obvious answer is injury. But that's injury, kind of luck, etc. Outside, like the pure football sense, I don't see anybody in the league that's going to stop them from marching to Miami in the Super Bowl. Who's worse, Chicago or Minnesota team and fan base? Oh, Matt, it's not even close. It's not even close. Like, look, the Bears fans were really incredibly annoying all summer long because they won the division and the Packers sucked and blah, 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 blah. So they puffed their chests out and talked all sorts of junk. And then the Amos kind of swap, that added fuel to the fire. But look, in the great history of this game, I have nothing but respect for the Chicago Bears. Yes, they still suck and will always suck, but I respect them. I respect the fact that they suck. Papa Bear, back in the day, you got to give it up for Papa Bear. There is no Packers franchise without Papa Bear. Those are just facts. So I respect the Bears. The Vikings? Are you kidding me? There has never been a more plastic, fake, completely manufactured franchise than the Minnesota Vikings. Their stupid bird-killing stadium that they spent $1 billion on, the fact that they're obsessed with former Packers, the way they went after Brett Favre. Oh, and don't forget the fact that they stole their cheer from a soccer team. Come on. Like, imagine the temerity it takes to say, you know what, darling? Today we're going to teach our little child to be a Vikings fan. We've never won anything, no history, no tradition. I mean, yeah, you got the Purple People Eaters and you got a few fun runs, but you got a you have a history of choking, of not winning, of being losers. Vikings are the worst. And the horn. Thanks. I try not to think of the horn, but yes, of course, the fucking horn. Give me a break, the Vikings. Is that the ghost of Vince Lombardi? Yeah, something like that. Got to pull for Dallas, puke, this weekend too, right? Yes, you do. You do not want the Rams getting hot and making life difficult if the Packers slip up. Don't want it. Portmaster, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Well said, and I agree fully. Jake, thanks for the super chat. I haven't seen any of the Disney Star Wars film. Last one I saw was Revenge of the Sith. Figured Disney would ruin my childhood. Should I marathon them before Rise of Skywalker? Yes, Jake. Look, I know Last Jedi was very divisive. I didn't care for it myself, but it's not for me. My kids love that movie. That's the movie that made them obsessive fans. It's a very different take on Star Wars and the tropes that go along with it. Rian Johnson really turned it on its head. My issue with it is I think it's prequel level bad, just on pure filmmaking. But I enjoyed Force Awakens. I had problems with that as well. But I still really love the characters. And I love a lot of the banter in Force Awakens. And I'm hoping to see a return to some of that in Rise of Skywalker. But yes, they're absolutely worth your time. And speaking of the Disney Star Wars films, you're missing two of the best, which are Rogue One and Solo, which are better than any of the prequels. Get on that. A true breakout game for Jair. 2 picks this weekend and a sack. Book it. Let's go, Kevin. I like where your head's at, buddy. I have plenty of Formunda cheese for the Bears' face. Ooh, I like it. Would you rather have a first-round bye or not? Whoa, that is a really good question. If the Packers continue to stub their toe week after week on offense, They continue to be completely ineffectual / not efficient, get off to hot starts and then kind of go around all game, blah, blah, blah. If they remain as we've seen them these last couple of weeks, then I want to buy. I want to reset. But if they come out Sunday afternoon and just waltz up and down the field on the Bears and they get hot and they waltz into Minnesota and they put up 35 points, etc., and they go to Detroit and absolutely annihilate the Lions, then I don't want to buy. And I know what the problem is you win all those games, you're probably going to get that buy. But that's where I stand right now. Because if they're firing all cylinders, yeah, keep the momentum. Let's go. Let's keep playing. But if they're just having the hardest time just executing and being efficient, staying ahead of the sticks and not shooting themselves in the foot, mistakes, etc., Rodgers in a bad rhythm, all of that, then I want to break. That's where I stand right now. Jesse, thanks for the super chat. Someone please cut that who's worse, Vikings or Bears fan rant Nagler just went on. That was awesome and should go viral. Could have been better. I'm very tired today. Sorry. Trubisky will be Jay Cutler 2.0 this week. I mean, for the Bears' sake, they probably hope he rises to the level of Cutler. That's how bad Trubisky is. Don't forget. Be wary, young Packers fan. Do not ever forget. We make fun of Jay Cutler, as well we should. He was one of the greatest Packers quarterbacks ever. But he did go into Lambeau Field on Thanksgiving night and ruin Brett Favre's party. Don't ever forget that. With Adam Gase as his offensive coordinator. So anything can happen. Hit those like buttons. Yes, Daniel, thank you. Have you seen Darnell Savage return to his early season level of play? I wouldn't say quite there yet, but you do see the range. You do see his ability from center field to kind of erase things the way you would hope to see throughout the season. That's shown up on tape a couple times now these last 2 weeks. So hopefully he rounds into that shape here down the stretch at the end of the season. I was there. That sucked. I mean, yeah, that game sucked. The weather sucked. Everything about that sucked. Dress warm on Sunday, so it's going to be a bit cold. Yeah, Steven, it's going to be cold, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be throwing it down, people. The Cheesehead TV meetup before the game, 9 a.m. in Lot 1. Look for the French flag. That's right, French flag. Why the French flag? Why not? It's the only French flag in the lot. Makes it really easy to find. Look for the flag, Cheesehead TV, Lot 1, 9 a.m. on Sunday, Cheesehead TV meetup. Corey and I will be drinking some beers. Bring your own beer. We'll toast the Packers' annihilation of the Bears, and we'll get to say hi, say hello. And if you want a picture, just make sure you've got the Cheesehead TV app on your phone, and then we'll be happy to take as many pictures as you want. Feed Aaron Jones. Couldn't agree more. Justin, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Very much with you on hating the Vikings more than the Bears. Grew up in northern Wisconsin, and that rivalry is obviously a bigger deal up here. No question. Bob Tonyan season, baby. I love it. I loved him getting a touchdown. And I loved him trying to point out where he was going to do his Lambeau leap, right? Trying to make a choice. That was fun. He's a good time. Danny Vitale TD this weekend? God, I hope so. Oh, it has to happen. He's got to get in the end zone. Carry the King G. Cliff, that's a great place to end it. I'm going to jump. Got to take my girls out for pizza. But thanks so much for watching, for liking, commenting, etc. Please subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends, tell your family. And hey, don't ever forget Festival Foods. They don't want you to leave your hunger on the sidelines. Tackle it the right way at Festival Foods, the grocery and tailgating headquarters of the Green Bay Packers. From their fan favorite Festy burgers to the must-have game day wings and the legendary towering T-bone, Festival Foods has everything you need to make your next tailgating party a touchdown. Want more mouth-watering options? Explore all of their game day worthy food at festfoods.com/tailgating. That's festfoods.com/tailgating. And hey, if you do enjoy what we do here, please visit festfoods.com. And also, please consider giving us $5 a month on our Patreon, patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. Every little bit helps, supports everything we do, video, content, social, all of it. I can't thank you guys enough. It's an amazing community. you guys showing up here every day, hundreds of you, talking Packers. We love it. We're devoted to it. Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Go Pack Go. The Bears still suck. Talk to you guys Sunday.